Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing some Planet Zoo, which is currently in beta right now. And it has been so much fun. I love this game. It is reminiscent of the old Zoo Tycoon 2 that I used to play as a kid, except 10 times better. It's so much fun. And we'll be doing a little walk through my zoo here right off the bat. And I do want to say this is my first zoo, so there is definitely there are a lot of things that you probably shouldn't do. But this is all getting deleted after the beta is over anyway. You don't get to keep anything, so I didn't want to restart. We'll just keep it and learn from it. But when I first started, I did this long corridor here, and the very first thing I put in was the grizzly bears. And they've been a huge hit. I love their enclosure. It was the first one I did, and I actually didn't do just like a basic square. I kind of like gave it some, I don't know, some character in the back, and I thought it was, I don't know, it's kind of small now that I look at it for like two bears, but I don't know, I kind of like it. It was my first one, and they have like the little pond to swim in. The animals in this game have such cool animations. It's a really fun part of the game. They did a great job on the animals. And these are not my first grizzly bears, though. I've had a few generations go in and out. We now are releasing bears into the wild and selling them to other real players on the marketplace. And see, they like interact with the things. It's really fun. And an important part to this game is to have these little donation boxes. This isn't going to be a tutorial, this is more of just like a let's look at my zoo type thing. But, we can talk about different things. But these little donation boxes, look how much money the grizzly bears... Well, I guess people donate to all the animals in this one, mostly the grizzly bears because it's right next to their habitat. But, yeah, so these donation boxes bring in a lot of money. I am actually have a lot of cash. And yeah, we're definitely still making a profit. For a while I was down, but I was building a lot. Um, I'll show you what I was building a little later. But you can kind of see that I built really basic in the beginning. It's just like glass walls right next to the walkway. And so it makes for a lot of crowding. I don't recommend building like this. At least right now, I don't think it's the best way. Across the way, we have the Timberwolves, which I think, boy, girl, I think she's like, yeah, she's past like making babies age. So I have to get another girl. I was stupid and sold all my girl cubs because I wasn't paying attention to how old my alpha female was, and she's, past baby making age. So now I have to go on the market and actually spend money or points. You can earn points, which is not pay to win. It's points you earn doing things in the game, releasing animals, selling animals on the market and stuff. And the rarer animals go for more points usually. That's been my experience so far. But yeah, so I did the Timberwolves, and over here I discovered the building terrain tool, and this was before um, the Grizzly Bears was before I was like watching people's streams about it. It was like day one. And then I started watching people's streams and I was seeing what they were doing. And I learned that you can build caves in this one, which is just like freaking mind blowing to my like child self who was playing Zoo Tycoon. Because in that game, you just had these little, prefab animal shelters. And you were happy to have them, I guess. I don't know. Walked uphill both ways. Something along that line. But yeah, so you can like make these awesome caves, and so I made them this little den. One thing about the terrain tool is you can't get close to water. It will mess up your edge. Like you'll get a really sharp, unrealistic looking edge. So I just like popped a rock right in there, which seemed to work fine. Rocks can apparently go next to water, and yeah, I just like made that part of it. And they can get on top of this thing, but I've never seen them do it. I know they can because I moved one up there and they like walked around for a little bit and then walked down, but I've never seen them go up there on their own. And then back here we have the little forest, which you can get to. I need to put a little donation box back here. Okay, if you don't have security in your park, vandals, like people will go around trashing your freaking trash cans, and you have to pay money to set them upright, apparently. So that was not in Zoo Tycoon, I don't believe. And you know what? Let's go ahead and hire a security guard. We're making money. But I'm so scared about the money because it's like you're making money until all of a sudden you're not. And just out of nowhere. Yeah, I have one security guard. Let's go ahead and get another one. Some other things about this game. There are staff path. Okay, dude, there's no one back there to secure. You're gonna get fired on day one. Like, where are you going? I'm talking about staff paths. Nobody can walk back there that's gonna be a vandal. Dude, do your job, dude. That was actually frustrating. Okay. So only staff are supposed to be able to walk on these paths. I didn't know that for a while, so I had people just meandering back there, and they get so mad if they see staff buildings, which, like, I get, you know, when you go to Disney World, you don't want to see where the staff people are, like, taking their breaks and stuff, which is also why I tried to, like, hide some stuff here with the brick wall. Um, so yeah, I'm, like, totally getting sidetracked. I love this game, though. There's so much to, like, talk about and like about it. But yeah, so we have this little uh, look into the forest area over here. And you know what? It is going to be nighttime, but for recording's sake, let's keep it bright out. So further on down the path, next thing that came after the Timberwolves, well, actually, the next thing that came were these shops here. Or maybe they came before, I don't know. The shops so far in beta have been on again, off again, as far as I can tell. Some days I'll play, they make me money hand over fist. There are lines out the freaking pathway blocking traffic because people just can't get enough merchandise. And then other times, there's no lines at all. So I'm not really sure if they're still messing with that. Like, obviously, look at the drink place, like, going crazy. These two are dead. It's been reversed before. This place has been dead, and then the two souvenir slash information place that also sells souvenirs will be packed. So I don't know. I guess they're still messing with stuff, which is fine. We're in beta after all. This place is usually packed. It was yesterday when I played. Apparently it's dead today. They've been updating the game periodically. I don't know if they have today or not. ATM's pretty popular. I put in some of those. But yeah, as far as I can tell, the shops are on again, off again. I have them. They seem to be making money, I believe. Let's go ahead and check. Yeah, shop income, 7,000. So that's second most moneymaker there. Donations always seem to be in the lead by a lot. So yeah, they're worth it. Go ahead and put them in. Some make more than others, depending on what day of the week it is, apparently. Next, we have the zebras. The zebras I discovered came in when I discovered that you can put windows in the fencing, which you could do in the tutorial, but I wasn't paying attention in the tutorial, and so I don't know. There was lots of things I just skipped over. But in here we have zebras. We're just... Oh my gosh, I'm lost in a tree. Okay. We just got to the point where we can start making some conservation points off the zebras. Zebras like being in big herds, so I wasn't in a rush to start selling them. I've been letting them do their thing. Wide open spaces. So the zebra lake was my first entrance into the watering tool. Back when I was using the watering tool, such a long time ago. You couldn't delete water. At least I couldn't. I went on Reddit. Everyone was like, right click and it'll go away. I right-clicked my life away on this water and it didn't go anywhere. I originally had this fence bordered around this, and oh, I wanted to expand it. That was the thing. 'Cause water pumps, which you can see now, I just have one back here. Long freaking story. Long freaking story. Back when I didn't have money, when you start this game, it is slow going. You don't just have $400,000 right off the bat. It is freaking slow. At least it was for me. Maybe I'm a slow learner. It took me a while to make money. And I couldn't afford a second water pump because they cost to run. Plus, you have to have maintenance people to fix them. They break down every 2 seconds. And uh, I was trying to expand my lake into the radius of the water pump, which cleans the water. And for some reason at the time you couldn't expand it, and so it turned into a completely separate lake. Um, which like no matter what I did, like I couldn't delete the water, I couldn't like join it together, and it was a mess. And so this one would get cleaned but this one wouldn't, and then even when I put a water pump next to it, it was still acting weird and getting the animals sick. So I just walled it off, and we have this weird lake now which works just fine. And I put a second watering pump over here just to have it because things were acting wonky. And I don't know, things are working now, so I've quit messing with it. Um, and yeah, the zebras are doing great so far. Well, it looks like they're fighting. Are we fine? Okay, the alpha's fighting. I don't know. They're green, so I don't know. Yeah. Animals fight in this game for dominance, and you can see they get wounded. And he's still alpha, so he won. How old is he? Oh, he's new. And he's actually pretty good. Fertility could be better, obviously. This guy is still pretty young and has horrible stats, so we're going to put him on the market because he's obviously a troublemaker. And I guess we can go over the market real quick while we're doing it. Again, this isn't a tutorial, I'm just kind of showing you the game. So, I'm not going to be real thorough. Lots of weird things in this game still. When you open up stuff, sometimes you have to double click, sometimes you have to wait a while, sometimes things just don't work. Alright, we got him. Wow, he does not trade for much points at all. I've sold animals for 800 points before. Some of the rare animals, zebras, aren't that rare, but I think most of the time they do better than 12. But I mean, 0% fertility is pretty bad. So we're just going to go with what they recommend, because, you know, what the heck. It'll get him out of our pen. He's causing trouble, so. I have found so far it's best to have one alpha male and then some females, and they usually are fine. The one exception with that is I think the Timberwolves, the females will still fight because they have an alpha female too. So I usually just try to have one female, like one breeding pair, and then puppies. And then once the puppies grow up, you like cycle them out. There is more to this game than just keeping animals. You're I mean, you can do like a breeding program. It's pretty cool. It is kind of time consuming and min-maxy, but I kind of like that actually. I find that enjoyable. So if you're into that kind of thing, you actually will probably like this. I'm just making sure no no people get on this path, because I've had people get stuck back here before. And then they just like wander around here and they're like, there's nowhere to go. And I'm like, well, you weren't supposed to be back there. And I thought I saw somebody, but it was a worker, luckily. This time. Okay. Next, we have the hippos, which like to have a lot of water, which was cool. I liked building this pen. It was my first take at like a large body of water. And I don't know, it was cool being able to build a little pond like this. And look at this. Okay, I have this weird thing with like maneuvering, like clipping objects into games to like I don't know, amuse myself apparently. And I love how you can see like the ooh, look, we got a pregnant grizzly bear. We're gonna have bear cubs. I'm excited. um, I like how the roots of this tree kind of clip through the ground to grow into the body of water. I think that's so cool. I love that. I don't know if that's intentional, but count me in. I really like it. And I would have this place lined with those trees if I could. But the hippos actually don't like that many plants in their habitat. So I just have the couple. But I love that. I think it's cool. I'm going to decorate using that idea in the future. It looks like they have thrown one of their toys into the water here. Wait, yes, reset enrichment, please. And I do that from time to time. Not sure if you have to, but I do. Especially when I see they knocked it in the water. And I think she's oh no, she's still good. She's still good. Um, her fertility's not great. His is all the way though, so we should have, yeah, and he's still young, so we should have some more baby hippos. Baby hippos bring in a lot of points, as do our next animal, which we will see in a minute. I want to just show the little walkway back here. Once I got the hippos in, I started accumulating money, was able to start putting some of that money back into the park, making things look a little better, being able to space things out a little bit more. And you can see we have our first little sitting area back here. And I put in some flowers and some benches, and we needed shade, okay? Look at you can tell some of these people are like wiping sweat off. It's really, see, she's like fanning herself over here. It gets hot. I don't know if shade is a real thing, but you know, I figured it couldn't hurt. So I tried putting in some shade trees down this way, and it makes the walkway like look really good. I like it. And flipping through the camera's a little wonky yet, but that's okay. I put in some different foliage back here just to break up the atmosphere. As you can see, we got some lines back here. I mean, the drink place is the place that's popping today. It was the burger joint and the balloon place for a long time, it seemed like. Well, a long time being like a couple days. But, you know, we got some flowers planted back here. I tried sprucing the place up a little bit. We have a boa back here. This wasn't the next animal I was going to show, but I forgot about it. His cage is so small, and I know people are doing such cool things with these, and I just haven't got there yet. I'm not that far along. I just put her in. Lots of people love this. They come walking all the way back here just to see the snake sometimes. And I do have the place air conditioned back here for the snake. They like it pretty cool. And I mean, not the biggest moneymaker, to be honest. You know, the bears bring in quite a bit more. But, you know, it's nice to have. We're going to get the place spruced up one day. But I liked all the shade trees. We have this little information thing over here talking about the bee population that gets our education up. If you click on someone, you can see education is something that makes them happy, which increases the rating of your zoo by a lot. Yeah, where are the drinks at? Apparently that is what is on the customers' minds today. Oh, look, surrounded by great scenery. I have not seen that before. So decorating actually has an effect. I like that. That was not confirmed to me. I've not heard that or saw that before, but glad to know it makes a positive effect. I think they're talking about this one, right? Yeah, Gulpy Soda 25. Great scenery. I'm assuming it's the flowers and stuff. There's not really props over here. It's really cool. Alright, now for our star of the show so far at the zoo. And this was the pin I took a little bit more time planning out. And put in kind of like side paths so we aren't clogging up the main artery of the walkway with people stopping and looking. Like over here we have all these people stopping and clogging up the actual walkway. And over here we have branches so people can walk off. And that wasn't, I actually got that idea. That wasn't my original idea. I got that from A Kiss for Luck. I was watching her stream, and she did an idea like this. It looked a little bit different, and I believe her pathways are smaller. I cranked mine up a little bit. Um, but I love the idea of having this like middle courtyard to put decoration in, put little information signs in. Plus, it actually helps like keep traffic off of the main walkway as I put in more animals. And we're putting in more animals back here. I'm thinking snow leopard back here, but nothing's definite yet. But we have the African lions back here. And we actually have a pretty good pride going on. And I have two males in here. They fight all the time, but our one male is like getting kind of older. Look at his rating though. Everyone loves him. He's getting a bit older. He's like elderly actually. But his stats are so good. They're so good. And I don't know if I don't believe elderly means that they can't have babies, because I've seen an elderly female animal get pregnant. Like I've seen them like have the little buff and then they've had babies. So I know that it can happen. I've seen it. But I don't know if maybe it's like less of a chance or I don't know. Maybe the stats they put off in their offspring are worse. I don't know. Um, so I'm keeping him around just because his stats are so good. And I got such a good deal on him. I paid like 300 points for him, conservation points. And if you play this game, that, at least at this point in time, that was super cheap. I got like such a good deal on him. He was super young too. So he's been making some babies and good ones, good quality ones. And this is going to be our next in line. Oh, he's first in line. He was not alpha last time I was over here. Oh, he's dethroned. Interesting. And I mean, they're in the green with the adult population. So maybe now that the younger ones alpha, they won't fight. I don't know. I'm still learning the game. But his stats are decent. Not as good as the old timer over here, unfortunately, but they're not bad. He's a silver. I have no idea what that means, by the way. I've seen animals with worse stats be a gold, so I don't know what that means. But sometimes it's intuitive and sometimes it's not. But I generally do notice that if they have a medal of any kind, they're usually pretty decent. They're at least decent. They're not like garbage, like 0% fertility. But this guy has put off just gold medal females, just all over the place. Silver medal, still great. Gold medal, and I've sold some for like 800 points. But I'm keeping all these females because I want them to have some gold and silver babies. And as you can see right here, their pride is pretty small. So I didn't want to sell off too many of the first round of offspring. We're getting there though. We're having over 2,000 points, so it's not bad. This is I'm building all shelters from here on out. I just love that tool. It's so much fun. And you can make all different shapes and different terrains. You can paint this with the terrain tool. I love it. It's really cool. Over here, I have my little convenience area, you know, complete with bathrooms, food, drinks, souvenirs, and of course a garden to look at. And you can sit under the benches, which are some are shaded. But we do have, because the picnic tables, people eat over here and stuff, it is air conditioned to... Oh, it's not gonna let me... Not gonna let me press it, but it's a comfortable 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and 17 degrees Celsius, somewhere around there. Oh, and of course ATMs. People need to be able to get that money out. Look, they just used an ATM. How much money they got now? $1,400, you guys. They got money out. Cash on arrival. Withdraw from ATM. $1,300. More than $1,300. And they're gonna spend it. So ATMs are important. Get them put in, and you can charge them a fee to spend more money at your park, you guys. I'm charging a $2 fee so that they can spend more money at my park. Um, I don't know who's who's getting tricked into doing that, but no, I'm just kidding. I've been tricked into doing that before. It sucks. But yeah, I have been loving this game. It's a good mashup of at least in my opinion, of creativity and business, like min-maxy numbers type stuff. You know, you get to do the breeding program, you get to make the money, the conservation points, um, you get to design the habitats. It's super fun. And I'll probably be filming more of this. I might film like putting in a habitat for an animal or something. Ooh, we're picking up over here because we need to get more foot traffic over here. You know, I invested a lot of cash into this exhibit. It's gigantic, and you know, I put in this convenience area over there because I thought there'd be a lot more people. So we need to get more foot traffic over here, more people visiting these vendors. I want to put in another drink station. Drinks have been popular for a few days now, but I know as soon as I do, it's going to be like the one vendor nobody goes to anymore. Can also charge people to go to the bathroom. I have not started doing that. But yeah, I've been loving this game. There's good amounts of opportunities to, you know, decorate and do fun stuff with the parks and the pathways. Good, fun mint. Ooh, lions are fighting. Lions are fighting. Okay, look at these cracks in the glass. They've got to do something with that because, look, barrier status, 69%. Air horn. 69%, are you kidding me? More than 2/3, like, towards being fully repaired, and we got cracks in the glass. We have different standards, me, in this game. I do not want cracks in the glass. That's very annoying. Call mechanic. But the problem is, it's impossible to keep up with. Like, the respawn rate of cracks in the glass is just ridiculous, in my opinion. But that might be least of their worries right now. This game was very buggy when I first started playing it. It's gotten better. I know they've at least released 2 different updates now. Maybe more. I haven't been paying that much attention if it's been updating or not. But I highly recommend this game. It is a little steep on price. You do get some like bonus content. I think 3 different animals. I think the hippo's one of the exclusive animals for the higher tier purchase. The beta is only part of the higher tier purchase as well. But it's fun. I think it's worth it. I'm having a great time. And I'll be playing it for a while, I imagine. Beta does end relatively soon, though. And then it's like another 4 or 6 weeks or something before it's actually released. So, I don't know. I've been having fun. I'll probably record more of me building this habitat or somewhere further along the main corridor. I kind of want to get more in along this and then put some shops in. Because there's just so much room here for different things like that. And we already have the staff pathway over here. Dead animal. What? Oh my gosh. Wait, who died? One of the bears? Oh no. Oh wait, died of old age. Okay, well, I mean, could be worse. You know, call a vet. Old age. I think I did the same thing with my bears too, is I screwed myself because I don't have a female bear. So I need to get another one. How old is my male? Oh, pretty young yet. So we have time to get a female, and he has pretty decent stats. And now we have enough conservation points to get a really decent female. And then we can sell our bears for a lot and just make more points. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the recording. If you want to see me build, check back on the channel. I'll probably have a building video put up pretty soon, picking out an animal and building the habitat. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.